From simple ideas to massive success, that's what built Steal a Brainrot. From easy-to-make updates to constant weekly content, the game created a cycle that kept players coming back again and again. Add in viral clips, insane moments, and a record-breaking player count, and it quickly became one of the biggest games Roblox has ever seen. Everyone was playing it. Everyone was talking about it, and it felt unstoppable. But that same system that made it blow up might also be what's causing its downfall. All right, let's get into it. So in part one, we talked about how Steal a Brainrot went from breaking records to slowly falling off. But in this video, we're focusing on something different. How this game actually changed Roblox forever. Because whether you like it or not, Steal a Brainrot didn't just become popular, it set a completely new standard. Let's start with the biggest thing, the player count. At its peak, Steal a Brainrot reached over 24 million concurrent players. That number is insane. Not just for Roblox, but for gaming in general. Most games never even get close to that. And when a game hits numbers like that, it doesn't just stay inside its own community, it spreads everywhere and becomes something everyone knows about, even if they don't play it. That moment alone changed how people looked at Roblox. Before, people saw Roblox games as smaller experiences. After SAB, it proved that a Roblox game could compete with massive global titles in terms of attention and player count. And that changed expectations forever. And now developers aren't just trying to make a fun game, they're trying to make the next big thing. Another way SAB changed Roblox is through its gameplay style. Before SAB, many games focused on grinding or building at your own pace. But SAB introduced a mix of idle gameplay and active competition in a way that worked perfectly. You could sit back and earn over time, but at any moment another player could come in and steal from you. That constant tension made the game feel alive. It wasn't just about progressing. It was about protecting what you had and taking risks at the same time. That mix of idle and PvP created a formula that a lot of games started copying. You can already see it happening. More games are adding stealing mechanics. More games are adding passive income systems. And more games are trying to recreate that same loop. SAB didn't just succeed, it created a trend. Another massive impact was social media. Steal a Brainrot was built perfectly for platforms like TikTok and YouTube. The gameplay naturally created short, chaotic, and funny moments that were easy to clip and share. Someone stealing a rare Brainrot, someone getting insanely lucky, someone losing everything in seconds. Those moments spread fast. And because of that, the game basically marketed itself. Creators made content. That content brought in more players, and those players created even more content. It became a loop that kept growing. This changed how Roblox games grow. Now, developers think about how their game looks in clips, how it performs in short videos, and how easily it can go viral. That's a huge shift. Now here's where things get even more interesting, and this is something a lot of people don't talk about. Steal a Brainrot changed how updates are made. Before SAB, updates in many Roblox games were slower and more complex. Developers would spend a long time building new systems, new mechanics, or big expansions. But SAB showed something different. It showed that updates don't always need to be complex to be effective. Instead of making huge systems every time, SAB focused on simpler updates that could be made faster. Things like new events, new themes, and new Brainrots. Radioactive, cursed, divine. These updates followed a similar structure, but they were quick to produce and easy to understand. That meant that developers could push updates more often. And when updates come out more frequently, players have more reasons to come back, even if the changes are small. This created a new strategy for developers. Instead of spending months on one massive update, they could release smaller, simpler updates more often and keep the game active. From a development perspective, this is huge. Simpler updates take less time, less effort, and fewer resources. You don't need to build entirely new systems every time. You can reuse the core gameplay and just add variations. That's exactly what SAB did. And because it worked, other developers started doing the same thing. This is why you now see so many games with frequent events, small updates, and similar mechanics being reused. It's faster, it's easier, and it keeps players coming back in the short term. But there's a trade-off. While this approach makes development faster, it can also make the game feel repetitive over time. And that's exactly what we're seeing now. So SAB didn't just change gameplay or player expectations. It changed how developers approach making updates. Fast, simple, repeatable updates became the new normal. Another big impact is how simple games can succeed. Steal a Brainrot is not a complicated game. The mechanics are easy to understand, the goal is clear, and players can understand what to do within minutes. And that simplicity is one of the biggest reasons it blew up. It showed that you don't need a complex system to succeed. You just need something easy to understand, engaging, and quick to get into. That completely changed how developers think. Instead of focusing on deep and complex mechanics, many started focusing on simple ideas that can go viral fast. And this leads into something even bigger. Steal a Brainrot played a huge role in the rise of what people call Brainrot games. Games that are fast, repetitive, easy to understand, and built for quick entertainment. These games are designed to grab attention instantly and keep players engaged in short bursts instead of long sessions. And now you see more and more games following that same pattern. That's not a coincidence. Steal a Brainrot helped push Roblox in that direction. But not all of these changes are positive. While simple games are easier to make and faster to update, they also become repetitive much faster. That's why we're now seeing more games that feel similar, more games that rely on the same ideas, and fewer games that actually feel unique. And this ties back to something we talked about earlier. Because the same system that made Steal a Brainrot blow up is also the reason it started to fall off. Fast updates, simple mechanics, and repeatable ideas worked perfectly in the beginning. But over time, they made the game feel predictable. Players already knew what to expect, and once that happens, the excitement starts to disappear. So Steal a Brainrot didn't just change one thing. It changed how games are made, how they grow, how they update, and what players expect. And that impact is still happening right now. Even if the game itself is starting to decline, what it created isn't going anywhere. It set a new standard. It created a new style of game. And it showed developers exactly what works. That's why Steal a Brainrot will always be remembered as one of the most important games on Roblox. Not just because of its massive player count, but because of how much it changed everything. But yeah, that's going to be it for today's video. If you enjoyed, make sure to like, subscribe, and share the video. We're trying to hit 10,000 subscribers before July, so every single sub really helps. Don't forget to join the Discord for exclusive stuff and follow my TikTok for more content. Let me know in the comments, do you think Steal a Brainrot changed Roblox for better or worse? Stay cool, and I'll see you guys in the next video.